Alright, so one of the main things I wanted to test today was how well the reticle worked for estimating range. Unfortunately, I could only get mini silhouette targets. Like the head is literally bigger than or smaller than my hand, but it's 18 inches across. So it'll be pretty close with measuring this, because the point is you're supposed to put the reticle on your target, and then 18 inches, you line up the reticle that fits, and then you break your shot, because that means you're at the right range, because they figured everything out in advance. So it's not going to quite work unless I turn my reticle sideways. So we're at the 300-yard line. I'm going to pin up this target and then see if my scope needs any sort of adjustment. So one, we were going to test the reticle, which we can't because it's the wrong size target. Two, I had to remanufacture my ammunition differently because I found out that my die fell out of spec. So I have to make sure this gun still shoots accurately and it still has the same zero. Three, we got to zero the ACOG. Four, I want to see how it is shooting at that range, if it would be practical, if this is just a gimmick, what the deal is. Alright, well, let's go check out how I did down there. As you notice, like when I was shooting, the scope had a bunch of jump. If I didn't have the eye relief of this particular model, it would have bit me in the eye. It's something that's really hard to do with scars because you need like 2.5, 3 inches. Otherwise, there's just not enough room. Your scope is going to bite you. So definitely make sure you're at like 2.5, 3 inches. Alright, so I got one hit. It's not really confidence building because I shot 3. Now, are any of these my hits? I don't know. I brought a marker so I can mark this one. Now I was taking the V and putting it on the head, which would have brought my point of aim somewhere around here. I might actually try to bring my point of aim up and put it on the head and see what happens. We'll go from there. Hopefully I'll get more on the paper so I can get a better feel for the zero on the scope. So I think this time I'm going to shoot 5 times. I mean, I would have hit all 3 with irons. And I have clear visibility of the target. So I'm wondering if I ain't getting screwed up by parallax because the tunnel circle. Sometimes it screws with you, so I'll have to pay better attention to make sure my head's in the right position. And then we'll try again. We'll bring my point of aim up. This way, hopefully, that helps somehow. So let's see what happens. I mean, there's no bushes or anything my bullets could have impacted. It's gotta be neat. so I don't have a clue how many shots I actually shot, but I did use the 300 meter reticle this time instead of just aiming above it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can see 7 casings, so I'm guessing 7 times. So let's go see if I hit it 7 times or if it was a total flop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Apparently 6 and 7 was abducted by space aliens. Oh wait, there's 6. Apparently 7 was abducted by space aliens. This isn't really confident expiring because I definitely outshoot the ACOG with open sights. I don't know if the tunnel is giving me parallax error. Parallax error is huge with scopes. If you can't ensure you're behind the scope the exact same way every single time, you'll never hold a group. Debating if I want to shoot a couple more shots at 300 or if I want to bring it in just to make sure. I was putting my point of aim right here, so it does appear to be about right for elevation. It's just my left and right that's screwing me up. So yeah, it definitely looks like parallax error. Yeah, that's kind of high, but that's not really that high at 300 yards. It's still within 1 MOA, but my left and right, oh my god. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's still like 1 1/4 MOA, 1.5 MOA. The gun is definitely capable of sub MOA. Decisions. Oh, I forgot about that guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still under 1.5, but not really giving me the confidence I would like to see. I would like to see them all within the 9 ring at 300 yards, which is roughly 1, 2, just a tad over 1 MOA. I think I'm going to hang a new target. I'm going to try again at 3 before I go to other ranges. Besides, this is the last of the ammo I wasn't really confident with because I was having issues. So the next ammunition is the stuff that's really going to scare me because that's sized totally differently. Ha! I just noticed number 7. There was number 7. So the space aliens didn't get it after all, so 1 for the good guys, 0 for ET. So now we're going to be shooting ammunition that's actually sized properly, or at least I think it is. I suppose I could probably test it around real quick. No, it's not quite sized properly, so I got to do some more work with my dies. Or at least some of it ain't. Weird. Anyway, ideally, if it's sized properly, it will normalize your pressure curve, and you'll see a little bit better accuracy. So we'll see how that happens, but clearly, this round was not sized properly, so I don't know what to tell you. Something else I noticed, the firing line's empty, and it's deer hunting. Well, not deer hunting yet, but it's getting close enough to where people should be starting to get buck fever. That's insane. That's a testament to itself by how bad the ammo crunch is actually. There's some people on the pistol line, but not as many as normal. So, let's take another 5 or so shots and see if we can't get some more usable data. I'm going to try really hard this time not to get screwed up by parallax error. We'll see if that actually works out for me or not. Because definitely right now I could outshoot the ACOG with my open sights. Alright, I feel like I got my eye right behind the ACOG right now. Like I said, shooting through this tunnel, it's really hard to tell because I'm dealing with more than one circle. But the black does seem to be equal right there. Kind of weird playing with the fiber optic. Trying to get the right amount of light so I can actually see it. Because the green blends in with the foliage, but not too much to where it's hard to see my target. Alright, that should be sufficient to get a good read on it. Now, if I didn't get screwed up by parallax error, my shots were actually going where I was aiming. I suspect I'll be within 1 MOA, but we'll see if I was actually hitting where I was aiming. But all my shots felt really good, so if there's a miss, it's my fault. Like, not my fault. It's my fault as in I was getting screwed up with parallax error, not my fault as in I pulled the trigger at the wrong time. So I found 7 casings. There's 7 hits on paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This pattern right here is well under an MOA, but then you got this guy that probably brings it to like 1.5 or something like that. I don't know, I'll roll in the pictures. I think I'm pretty much done at 300 now. I'm going to go to 100 and try to print some really tight groups and see what happens. Now what are we doing at 100? I suspect my scope is 1 MOA high. So, I can't remember for sure if I was aiming right here. If I was aiming right here, my shot should have been right here. Because the scope is for meters, I'm shooting yards, so there will be a 1 MOA difference. But if I was aiming for here, and I'm hitting here, that's 2 MOA, so therefore, my scope is 1 MOA high. That's why we're at 100, because we're going to test this to see if the scope is high. Because if it is, I'm going to adjust for it. But I'm pretty sure those shots should have been right here. But I might have been aiming here. I can't remember for sure. So now we're at 100, we're going to test, see if the scope is high, and if so, we're going to correct. Wish I would have brought my glasses. Straining my eyes a little too hard. Alright, let's go check it out. The elevation does seem to be okay. It's right where I want it to go. So let's mark these and then we'll shoot a group of 5 nice and slow and see how tight I can get it. Holy crap, a butterfly right in my field of fire. Hold still, little guy. Come on, man. Well, a butterfly's gone, so back to my target. We're gonna put these in the head. Oh, the butterfly. Now he's gone. Oh, my target just fell. Lame. Let's shoot at other targets. I think we're going to call it a day. I put the 2 in the head. I mean, any less than 3, there's no point in counting a group. It would have been a nice group, though. Hopefully that butterfly will come back and I'll get a chance to blast him. Little change of scenery. I'm on location at the cabin. So basically the testing, to be honest, I can get the same results for accuracy out of my iron sights. But what are the differences? What makes the ACOG special? Number 1, I can actually identify the targets I'm shooting at. With open sights, I just know where the target is, so I put the rounds there. With the ACOG, I can actually identify them a little bit better. 2, the ACOG would be much faster. Say I had a field set up with random targets from 0 to 500 yards without knowing the ranges the targets are at, I would be able to engage them faster with the ACOG because I would use the reticle, measure the target, break the shot. The next thing where the ACOG excels is you have low light and semi-night capabilities. Where open sights, that's just not possible. They don't work that way. But anyway, I appreciate you watching my video. If you'd like to help support the channel, I got my Patreon. I also have affiliate links in the description down below. I have my merch shelf running. Just scroll below this video, which would be real helpful if you bought t-shirts, because I actually get a nice kickback for that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.